Then they being the chief elders, the scribes, they sent to him, to Jesus, some Pharisees and some Herodians to trap him in what he said. And they came and said to him, "Teacher, we know that you are sincere and show deference to no one. For you do not regard people with partiality, but teach the way of God in accordance with truth. Now, is it lawful to pay taxes to Caesar or not? Should we pay them or should we not?" But knowing their hypocrisy, Jesus said to them, "Why are you putting me to the test? Bring me a denarius and let me see it." And they brought one. And he said to them, "Whose head is this and whose title?" They answered, "Caesar's." Jesus said to them, "Give to Caesar the things that are the Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's." And they were utterly amazed at him. Hear what the Spirit is saying to us, the church. And give to God what are God's. Though cloistered in our safe places this morning, and I think I can see you all, cloistered in our safe places, I think I can safely say that we are all anxious. Anxious about the outcome of the most momentous rite of passage in our country, perhaps in our lifetimes. And because it's so momentous, Jesus is there. The one who said, "Give to Caesar the things that are Caesar's. Give to Caesar the things that are Caesar's." At noon today, peacefully, we hope, a new sense of security hopefully will steal over our land. He may not be Caesar, but we are giving to Joe Biden the things that are Joe Biden's, as it should be. Yet Joe Biden and Kamala Harris taking office today, it's possibly not the best news we can hear. For Jesus, here is the really good news. And give to God the things that are God's. Give to God what are God's. I can imagine Jesus saying this, that he was not looking at a coin anymore. I can imagine he was no longer looking at Caesar's image on that coin or any image of any revered human authority. I can only imagine that Jesus was now looking up, that he began looking at another image, an image that he found somehow in the eyes of the insurrectionist Pharisees and the inaugurated Herodians. Give to God what are God's. Another image, God's image. In the eyes of his adversaries, he found it. He found it in them. God's image. Not an image, ultimately, stamped on security promised by our government, but even more, an image stamped within the insecurity of our very souls. To discover that there is more to life than our security. To know in the end that we are loved. We can love, and by that, we are free. not just kept secure through fear. Well, not for long anyway, but set free from fear. For Jesus was never long on be secure. He was always long on fear not. At high noon today, I hope we will be reminded in a very big way of how secure the transition of presidential power will be, and that it still is. And yet, regardless of what happens, while all eyes are fixed on Biden and Harris, we can rest assured, for Jesus's eyes are fixed on each one of us. For Jesus first looked at a man's image, and then he looked at men, his adversaries, in whom he found God's image. In a divided nation, that's the coin of the realm. In finding God's image in one another, we are to trust. Hear what the Spirit is saying to us, the church. Amen.